So I just came back from about a 3,000-mile road trip where I called on RV dealers. I went from Texas to Arkansas, Tennessee, Kentucky, Ohio, Illinois. I went all over. I called on some of the dealers that I work with, of course, but I called on other dealers as well, just to poke my head in and get a temperature, if you will, get a feel for how things are going. And I want to give you a report. You may not like what I have to say, but I see a lot of metaphors in things, and I'm going to tell those stories. So the bottom line is things are not good. Not good at all, and I shouldn't be laughing. The RV dealers, too many of them, not going to name them. When I walked in, it reminded me of when I feed the dogs. If I get distracted and I'm late on their feeding time, they're like, they're hungry dogs. These salespeople at some of these dealerships, they're like freaking dogs. They're chomping at the bit to chase me down, thinking I'm a customer, I guess, and they can, get some food out of me, get some money out of me. It was pathetic. And I wonder if they see how pathetic these high-pressure salespeople look. This is not 2021, when people would pay stupid high prices for RVs, and you probably know what I'm talking about. It was the COVID rush, let's get out and let's, all that kind of stuff. I owned a campground back then. I benefited from the COVID and the pandemic and all these people buying RVs. But those days are over. The days are over that the salesperson is going to make piles and piles of money by just sitting on their butt and waiting for the next up, or whatever they call them, to come in the door. It's slow at RV dealers now. And these dealers, the salespeople, too many of them, are hungry and they're foolish. They're stupid. Okay, probably shouldn't have said they're stupid. One of the things that I saw a lot of in my travels was dead deer on the side of the highway. Now, what does that have to do with anything? Do you know that most of the dead deer from Texas to all the way up and all the way back down through Kansas and Oklahoma and all the way back to my home, almost all of them were bucks. Some of them were big bucks. Why are they dead? Because typically, almost all year long, these big bucks, they're mature. You don't get to become a mature wild animal by being stupid. So why are they committing suicide out on the interstate? It's because they've lost their minds. This is the breeding season. It is something inside the bucks and the does. I could go into biology and talk to you about does coming in estrus and the one time a year where they breed, blah, blah, blah. But they've lost their minds. A white-tailed buck, especially a big one, a mature deer, is smart. They didn't get to be that old by being stupid. Except when they get stupid, they're really stupid. They don't even see the cars coming. They're oblivious to them. And so they get killed. And then they finally wake up, if they don't get run over. And the rest of the year, they're pretty smart. I believe that too many salesmen, it's not just RV salesmen, it's car salesmen. It's anybody that's in business, even restaurants and a lot of businesses. Look around. Wall Street may be going up, up, up. But business ain't good. You ever heard of the book, The Fourth Turning? I know many of you read. I like to read a lot. The Fourth Turning, if you've never read it, you probably shouldn't. If you've waited this long to pick up books, don't read it because it should scare the hell out of you. We are in, I believe, the fourth turning, and things are getting ready to get even worse. Oh, I don't believe it. Well, that's okay. I believe they are, and I'm preparing for that. I think that if we have the ability to not run out in the interstate and get crushed, if we have the ability to go, wait a minute, things are slow. I need to take advantage of the opportunity that each person that walks in my RV dealership to be thoughtful, to be kind, to listen, to not be a jerk and be oppressive, to push them into buying an RV today, making a commitment today. My dealers, the dealers I work with, most of them, not all of them, I'm telling you, not all of the salespeople are great salespeople. They're like, I got to make a sale. Well, you don't make a sale like that. Not today. You might be able to use those techniques back during COVID when well, we only got 2 left on the lot, and maybe you did and you sold RVs that way. But you use that technique now, it's probably not going to work. And you're going to starve. You will. We are unhealthy as a nation. Back in September, my wife was in the hospital for a week. It was bad. She was on sepsis alert, and she had the IV and all that. And I sit there and I see things like the deer running across the highway getting smashed. And I equate that to salespeople. And I'm looking at that IV, and they bolused her. And what a bolus means, I'm not a doctor. I'm just a guy that's watched my wife get a lot of IVs. A bolus is when they put the IV in you and they open it wide up. It's when you've got a really bad infection. You've got to have medication in you quickly to make you well. And I'm sitting there going, you know what? That's kind of like what salesmen do. They want to put that medicine into the patient, into the customer. Except they don't want to drip feed it slowly and work with them to make the patient healthy and make them a customer for life. They want to squeeze that IV bag and put it in as fast as they can. I know that sounds preposterous. I know it does. It would kill the patient. And that's what salespeople are doing to their customers. They're killing them. No wonder the customers aren't buying. Yes, we've still got the political divide going on. Banks are changing their lending practices. Interest rates are too damn high for many, many people. The debts that people are in, the people got maximum credit card debt. Things are tough. So what are you going to do? Shove it down their throat? Oh, that's going to make them want to buy. I say it's kind of like building a fire. We had just imagine this at a campfire, a beautiful campfire. That fire is analogous to what the economy was like back in 2021 in terms of people buying stuff. They had lots of money. Interest rates were almost nothing. People were buying cars and trucks and RVs and all kinds of things. Because why? Well, they had lots of money. The campfire's going nice and bright. But now that campfire has lost its luster. In fact, it's gone down, 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 down. Don't believe the lies that Wall Street is telling you. Don't do it. For a few people that are benefiting, that's good. Oh, he's an idiot because he's jealous. I'm not jealous, I promise. I'm observant and I'm opinionated. And I see people out there, all walks of life, and I'm one of them. I don't want to get run over on the interstate because I'm not thinking. I don't want to run people off because I want to shut everything down and get the sale right away. I want to build a campfire the right way. You don't start out with a big old log and throw it down and try to light it with a match. Come on, light. What do you do? I don't know, that's stupid. You start out with little bitty stuff. You get down to the basics. Get some shavings. Or you know what? Do the easy way. Get a big log, throw a bunch of gas on it. Woof! There you go. It's not going to last. Our campfire has burned down. It's almost out for a lot of dealers. I believe there are a lot of dealers that are in deep doo-doo with their banks, with their lenders. Real deep doo-doo. And I think over the next few months, we are going to be hearing more and more stories. We're going to see more and more desperate people when what they need to do is they need to go, oh my God, we need to ration our supplies. We need to prepare for a long dry spell. Cross our fingers, say our prayers, work like hell that we don't have a long dry spell. But we need to be prepared for just in case. Baby steps. Go slow. Go smart. I hear people all the time, we got to do something. When there's a disaster, a school shooting or something. We have to do something. Oh. We do need to do something. But we need to do something smart. And sometimes smart doesn't feel very good. And sometimes smart doesn't take effect immediately. I believe that we're better off if we are proactive instead of reactive, that we're honest instead of believing some illusion, believing the media, that we need to go, wow, we need to go back and start building our fire again. We need to start preparing, whether it's financially. We put everything off, don't we? I mean, you put off your financial, maybe not you, but most people. They put off saving until they're too late in life and they don't have time enough to save anymore. They got too much life in front of them, not enough money. They put off healthy decisions. We eat crappy food. We get fat. We don't exercise. Then we run to the doctor for a quick fix. All it does is take us from that doctor to the next one, to the next one, when if we would have had enough discipline. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. I think that we've got some tough times ahead, not just for the RV dealers out there, but for all of us. I hope I'm wrong. I really do. But what do you think? Do you think that we need to slow down and get back to the basics? Or do you think that things are going to switch around? Donald Trump is coming in, and let me tell you something, I'm damn glad he is. But I don't expect things to turn around real fast. There are too many things that we have left undone. Too many things that have to be fixed. At the same time, somebody on the right is trying to fix those things. It's going to be painful. It is. And the people on the other side, they're going to do everything they can to go, look, those people are hurting over there. Oh, did you see that story? See how evil and ugly they are. Life is ugly. It can be really messy, but it can also be beautiful. It's not easy to be a success. It's not. And you will fail a lot. I failed a lot. This channel, compared to anything else, it's nothing. But I enjoy doing it. I want to speak to get you to try to think, not necessarily agree with me. But go, you know what? Maybe we ought to try to get along a little bit better. I can't understand some of the craziness I think is craziness on the other side. They certainly can't understand me. But calling somebody stupid or trying to shove an RV down their throat, that don't work too good. So, did any of this make sense? All those dead deer on the side of the road. I don't want to be one of them. I'd encourage you to check out The Fourth Turning. You can get it on Amazon. You can get it anywhere. It's a very old book. But you'll see how, who was it? Was it Ben Franklin? Somebody said, or maybe Churchill, said that the further you look back in history, the further you can see ahead into the future. And I'm just learning as an old man to start looking back at history. And I see a lot of stuff, and when I look back to the future, or forward to the future, it don't look so good. So thank you for spending some time with me today. I know I was all over the place, but I do appreciate you joining me. I hope you're ready for a good weekend. Make sure you give the video a like, and let me hear from you. Let me know where you're watching the video from. I'm Alan Warren, the RV Wingman, reminding you to be safe, have fun, play nice, and don't leave your good manners at home. Bye-bye, everybody.